Yet another shocking video which has now come forth. This man in uniform, a cop, so sloshed, so drunk that he cannot even stand, and other commuters have to come to his assistance. Now, Vikram Singh and Abha Singh are with us. Let's go to the former cop first. Mr. Vikram Singh, how is it possible that these men feel that they can be there in their uniform and behave like this? We'll get to the other instances, in a minute, but let's talk about this video first. He's in uniform. What kind of a condition is he in?
Tina, the rules are very clear. If you are in uniform and if you are caught drunk, the punishment for you is summary and immediate dismissals, no questions asked. And if that does not happen, it indicative of two things: poor control over the subordinates by senior officers, lax inspections and checkings, and that is why people get away with drunken behavior and this kind of a misdemeanor. Had they enforced this rule of law, that any person, and the policeman, let me tell you, Tina, out of duty, there's no concept of drinking after office hours. You are on duty, and if you are caught consuming liquor, then you have to be out of the job, no questions asked. Summary dismissal is the order from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and if that is not followed and not implemented, this is what you get by way of a dividend.
So lack of fear of repercussions, that's what you're saying.
Report is pretty constant.
Yes. Let me just get Abha Singh on this as well. Abha Singh,
the officers do not have it in them.
Yes, so that's, Abha Singh, we saw what was happening in Mumbai, the moral policing that was going on. The fact is, instead of going out there and catching criminals and doing what they're supposed to do, this is what the cops are doing. And this really appalling video from Delhi, where this man in uniform is behaving like this. It's because there's no fear of repercussions.
Of course, yeah. Mr. Vikram Singh is talking of summary dismissal, but I'm sure we can count on fingers how many times the cops have been dismissed if they've been found guilty. Be it from any part of India, you will have these cops who are drinking. In fact, there was a video where the policemen were partying with in the prison. So let me tell you that, in fact, the law is so mild. 510 of the IPC says that if any person is found drinking in a public place, it is non-cognizable, it is bailable, 24-hour imprisonment. So such slack is the law. Now I think we need a stronger law, because the number of cases which are increasing, it requires that anybody or whosoever he is, and what is surprising, that even the identity of the constable has not been able to find out till now. I think Delhi police particular has gone haywire because of the tussle between whether it will come to Delhi police or it is the PM and CM. I would say that is the thing, and Delhi police has been having the advantage because the local police, the local government does not have control over them, and the central government is too busy. The Home Minister of the country is too busy to rein in Delhi police. So this is the basic reason that Delhi police knows that there is no accountability, and that is why on a metro, brazenly he is drunk, sloshed, falling down, and he knows nothing is going to happen. The very fact it is that they are unable to find the identity, it shows what bad days the Delhi police has come to.
Is it surprising, Vikram Singh, that so far they haven't actually been able to even pin down this person, as Abha Singh is pointing out?
I think there appears to be an inner complicity. It is not difficult. In fact, it is not rocket science to identify who the defaulter is.
It shouldn't be.
It's what Abha Singh ji is saying. It shouldn't be.
Yes.
If you're not able, firstly, you let loose a person, unleash such a constable on the people of Delhi, and then you're not able to pinpoint and give exemplary punishment to them, then the response of Madam Abha Singh is justified. But what Abha Singh ji says pertains to the common man. The police regulations and the police act say drunken behavior warrants summary dismissal. And let me tell you, it varies from officer to officer. If you are fond of your pegs in the evening, you have no moral right and you will not come down on the delinquents. But if you have a no-nonsense approach to discipline, you will certainly ensure that these such rotten elements are taken to task and given exemplary punishment. And it has happened, and it has happened with officers who are professional and have a no-nonsense approach to policing. People who are mixed up with indisciplined officers, they don't have it in them to come down heavily on such indisciplined officers and men.
So once again, Vikram Singh, it brings the role of the seniors into question. That is the point. If you look at all these instances that we're showing our viewers from across the country, from the moral policing in Mumbai to, the young couples being rounded up in Allahabad, to parrots being summoned for obscenity, and of course the very, very famous chase of the buffaloes. The point is, what is the directive that is going down to these constables and those who are on the ground from their seniors?
Tina, let me tell you, there are no bad soldiers. There are only bad generals. If there is a reflection or a delinquent, there are no bad children. The parents, the senior officers, the senior most officers, the Director General cannot absolve themselves of their accountability and responsibility. Obviously, they have not put the systems into place. Their inspections are not in order. They have not given a meaningful and a mature guidance to their force, and therefore this delinquency and this misdemeanors in uniform. If
so, therefore,
is a full-time DGP, if the
yeah, that's, therefore, Vikram Singh, and I'd also like to get Abha Singh in on this. Therefore, the question is, the point is, you're saying, yes, this man should be immediately summarily dismissed. We will see what action the police takes, and we are expecting a briefing from the Delhi police on this tomorrow morning. But that's just the bottom rung. This is the question. What ails the system? If you just dismiss this man, is it going to solve the problem, Vikram Singh?
No, it will not. It will give a signal to begin with.
The problem, Tina, I would like to come in here.
Yes, Abha.
See, the issue is how many have been dismissed till now. All these misdemeanors which you have been talking of, be it Mumbai, be it Uttar Pradesh, has any action been taken? I would like to ask how many inspectors have been suspended. It is always government desires. Even the postings of important police stations are done directly by the politicians, and the senior police officers surrender to these politicians because they themselves want to be in good postings. They want to be DCPs, they want to be police commissioners, they want to be Director General of Police. So the problem is the whole system has broken down. That is why the cop has the audacity to be drunk and is not bothered whether his photograph is being taken or it is being recorded. The whole system has broken down, and we may say that there is summary dismissal, but let me tell you, you can count on your fingers how many people, how many cops have been suspended till now. Even if they are suspended, there will be a minister desires and they will be reinstated, much to the humiliation of the higher officers. So that is the reason, and because of that, it is a systemic failure for which the people are suffering. And after this, what courage will the Delhi women have to go to the police stations or go to the cops when they know this is the way a cop is behaving in Delhi?
And that's the really scary part, isn't it, Vikram Singh? The message that has gone out with all these various instances of misdemeanors of the police, not just here in Delhi, not just the Delhi police, but all the other instances that we've brought to the fore. The question is, what is the message going out? Are people going to have any faith in the police anymore?
Tina, I wouldn't say it is scary, but it is disconcerting. It is uncomfortable. If the police officer is upright, and I'm sure there are very many left, what Abhaji says is overgeneralizing the problem. But there are officers who go by the rule book, and there are officers. In any organization, there will be people who are willing to give more than a receptive ear to all illegal and immoral demands coming to them, and they'll be more than eager to oblige unsuitable politician, and I will stop at that. But if they don't keep their house in order, if they don't put their act together, this police force will let them down so badly, because
no, but once sorry to interrupt, Vikram Singh, but the question that Abha Singh was asking, and I ask you the same, the point is the sheer number of these kind of instances that one gets to see. Do they correlate with any instances of dismissals? That's what she's asking you. Does it actually happen, or is it just something on paper?
No, it does not add up. It does not add up. I'll give you a small example. When I was the DGP, 555 officers and men were dismissed from service. Not suspended, but dismissed. But thereafter, let me tell you, perhaps it has not happened. And then you see the consequences yourself. I don't say be vindictive, but you have to be cruel to be kind. This is the mandate of law, that any person who's found sleeping while on duty, if he is consuming liquor while on duty or in uniform, has to leave the job immediately. If that does not happen, you are doing a disservice to the police department, to the people, and also to the police officers and men who are upright and disciplined. Obviously, there is no correlation between the misdemeanors and the action taken. It is a very microscopic amount of people who get punished, perhaps those who do not have political godfathers. To that extent, Tina, you and Avaji have a very pertinent point. But the police leadership has to come up to the expectations of the people that
Yes.
without fear or favor, you come down heavily. You give exemplary punishment to all those who found indulging in misdemeanors, because sooner than later there will be a public uproar and your leadership will be questioned.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned the word cruelty, and I think that's very important also to discuss, because Abha, what we've seen is just from the reactions on social media alone, there are those who are already feeling terribly sorry for this cop in question, because there's lots of people who are saying he's going to be dismissed, he's going to lose his job. But it's not a question of cruelty. First and foremost, no one is forgiven for being drunk on the job, and more
Tina,
so.
this is misplaced compassion.
Yes, yes, and and more so in a job like the police, when you're supposed to be on duty to protect people, you can't be in this condition. There should be absolutely no sympathy or compassion for this.
Correct.
Definitely, Tina, of course, because it is a discipline force, and the day you destroy the discipline, you destroy the backbone of the police. You remember the case of additional CP in Mumbai who was when a model came to him for a complaint and he had an affair with her and he was placed under suspension. So not only constables, even the higher ups, I mean, if you see, the misdemeanor is also in the top rank of the officers. So it is necessary that police reforms are brought in. Mr. Prakash Singh's judgment in the Supreme Court, which said that you must have a police commission, transfers should be independent, the politicians should not interfere. So till the time those police reforms are implemented, I am telling you, individual efforts are not going to make a difference.
Well, so therefore, Vikram Singh, what Abha Singh is saying, that there needs to be institutional reforms within the police force. Now, how is that going to come about? And very importantly, what is stopping, you know, the top cops like you yourself were, what is stopping the bosses in the police force from actually cracking the whip and ensuring absolute discipline among their men? Is it political interference? What is the problem? What is stopping them?
Political interference, number one, Tina. Number two, no political party would like to have a professional and a no-nonsense police force under them, because they will not abide by their illegal, immoral and illegitimate instructions. Therefore, a political boss would like to have a police force that has no backbone, that lies supine, and which is not very professional. The police reforms, even the Chief Justice of India, if he were to say, what can I do? No government, no Chief Minister seems to be cooperating with us. This is the sorry state of affairs, where even the Chief Justice of India is feeling helpless when it comes to the implementation of the police reforms. Police reforms is just not about the police. It is about you and me. It is about the nation. It is about the political bosses who would like to have a non-professional police force. But it does, as N.S. Saxena, one of a very illustrious DGPs of UP, has said, that a corrupt and an inefficient police force will not come to your use when you would need them. He said this to all the corrupt political bosses. And there will be a time when you also will require police protection, and the police force that you are creating will not come up to your expectations and will not be able to protect you and your families in times to come. This was the curse that he spelled out on the political bosses some time ago, and I think it is bearing fruit now.
Yes, and therefore it's such a tragedy, because the kind of upright officers, the kind of upright policemen that you speak of, you know, when they see a situation like this where the entire country has lost its faith in police because of instances like this, it is such an absolute travesty for those who are doing their job with utmost honesty and integrity.
In fact, Tina,
yes,
honest
Tina,
officers are not protected. They are not liked by the system. Neither are they liked by the senior bosses or the politicians. Nobody wants honest officers, and they are dumped into the gallows. They are put into side postings, and it is a systemic way of destroying the police force. Even an important inspector's posting is done by the Chief Minister's office in most of the states. At least Uttar Pradesh I can tell of, because I have seen how the system has worked there. Even in Maharashtra, in fact, there were inquiries also when earlier the Deputy CM would insist that there would be postings, orders would go out, there would be instructions that this person has to be given this posting. So but natural, a constable or an inspector who has paid for his posting is not going to be scared of any rules, is not going to be bothered, because he knows he has paid haftas and he is giving regular package to the higher ups, and it is because of this package system he is emboldened to drink liquor, to break the law, because he knows he is assured by the political and the senior police bosses that nobody will touch him because he is giving them money.
Yes, Vikram Singh, you want to come in on that?
Yes. Tina, I mean, we are overgeneralizing it. Let me tell you, an honest and upright officer will not hanker after the so-called prestigious and glamorous posting.
How many are
He
there,
has a
Mr.
one-line
Vikram
motto,
Singh? Can you
"Though
tell
my
how
head
many
be..."
of them are there?
I have not done any statistics or study, but your guess is as good as mine. But as an honest officer, one says, "Though my head be bleeding, it will be unbowed, with malice towards none, yet firmness in the right and the rule of law." Every honest officer is a one-person army. And even if there is one person in the cadre, and let me tell you, by and large, very many officers, I don't say there are very many, but at least there is a sizable number of honest and upright officers who can be relied upon, on whose name you can swear. And they are the types who are the salt of this earth, and they are just not bothered about the private posting. The rule of law shall prevail, and my salary check from the President of India is the only perk that I look upon.
Fair enough, fair enough. But Mr. Singh, what do they...
Or you dump me?
Yes, fair enough. You know, you're talking about those who have very high standards of integrity. But what do they do in the face of these situations where people are losing faith in police? What about the image of the police force?
The image takes a bashing and takes a backseat, there is no doubt about it. And if the DG or the police commissioner is serious about it, and he knows what is good for the force, he will take immediate action without any further delay, because any delay is going to be extremely counterproductive, to say the least. Suicidal, I would say.
So, Abba Singh, would you agree with Vikram Singh then, as we just start summing this up, that the fact is that, you know, each man is responsible for his own behavior and how much respect he gives to his job and his uniform, but a lot of onus also lies with the top bosses who are in charge of these men and making sure that they go out there and do their duty with utmost honor and respect?
See, these cops are paid their salary to do a job. Police is a disciplined force, and if they are not performing, it is necessary that they are shown the door. But that doesn't happen. They have so much of political patronage and so much of criminalization in the police that incidents like this keep happening. Even in Malwani case, where they went and they, at middle of the night, they went and entered the hotel. It was all because they wanted their packet system and they wanted the hoteliers to give them more money. That is why there was a gross violation of law, and even till today, those policemen have not been suspended. Just like in Delhi, they say they are unable to locate that police constable because again the brotherhood has come to the forefront and they're trying to protect. So it is not anybody's. We are paying their salaries through the taxes. It is my right to see that the policeman performs his duty, and whether he is on duty or outside duty, he should not be drunk.
And it's absolutely bizarre that they would not be able to, in fact, figure out who this man is. It should be a matter of minutes for them to be able to identify someone within their own ranks. But thank you, Abba Singh and Vikram Singh. Appreciate you joining us here this evening. Thanks very much.